What is good, y'all? SG gang, and it's your boy SmooveGotGame. I can't even say Coach Cooper because we got fired from our last coaching job after back-to-back 7-win seasons. Guess they didn't see enough improvement. They wanted us to, get up out of there. So what we're doing here is we're actually in the middle of a long-term sim going to the end of the year, basically to see if by the end of this, do we have any contract offers to go ahead and get put on with the new team? And you know what? Basically, what that's going to kind of look like for us, as far as we're going to have to bring back Coach Sean Smoove to see if we can take back over a new team that either fires their head coach or a team that just is deserving. So here we are in the postseason round. Here, let's look at the playoff bracket. What teams made it? What teams didn't? We're getting into this, and look at that, bounced in the first round. Lost 38-30 to the Ravens, but I guess you can still say big time boost there as the Ravens end up going to the AFC Conference Championship round. So let's go ahead. And with this season in the books, advance. This is probably going to be my last opportunity to get a quick look here. Fresh out of the week. And here he is, y'all. The new team for Coach Sean Smoove to come out of retirement and fix will be the Los Angeles Rams, one of the worst teams in the league last year. We will kind of be picking up where everything left off here in the offseason. As when I was looking at things that I can look to do, what I wanted to do, as you guys can see where the league left off, the Chiefs beat the Panthers in this past year's Super Bowl. But what I wanted to do here was take over a team that not only was bad, but also gave me an interesting starting point. The Rams here this past year were 3-14, so not necessarily as bad as the Broncos, so they're not picking the absolute worst team. Did have some offensive production here. Defense was okay, but if that's the case, then scoring that many points, definitely underperforming. You definitely got to fix up this defense. So Coach Sean Smoove will be taking over and will be replacing for future series. So Coach Cooper will be going into retirement after his firing. He's embarrassed and shamed. But let's go ahead and get to know this new team here. We will get the offseason kicked off. Actually, we actually might be able to get through it today. You know what I'm saying? Like in today's episode. So just kind of looking here. Looks like our best player, Puka Nacua, is still on the squad here. He's actually truly at a 92 overall slot, age 27 season. The roster is kind of older here on this end. We do have a quarterback here in place with Jeremiah Matthews. If you remember, he got drafted a couple of draft classes ago here. 87 overall. His true rating is more like an 89. Field general. Star development in his third season. So we might not even need to go get a quarterback. Accuracies look pretty good. Throw power is okay. Awareness is in an all right spot. We might have our quarterback here in place. Obviously, we have our halfback here with Kyron Williams. We also have Blake Corum behind him, but could be maybe looking for a different running back soon at age 27 and 28. We'll have to see. Receivers after Nacua, it's really kind of nothing. So getting him a second partner. Demario Douglas over here, though, a familiar face. Not for Sean, though. But getting him another partner could help out a little bit there. The receiver spot, tight end here, we have Alexander Jackson, who I do remember we were looking at for a little bit. Didn't really want him because of the height at 6'2" at tight end. Normal development, 81 overall vertical threats. Not good at the deep route running, though, but short, medium's okay. Run blocking at 63 isn't too bad, 86 catching. Offensive line, okay. Chris Callahan here will definitely be the starter at 76, so he'll probably take over that top spot for us. Guard, we're kind of old, so we can look to maybe get some more in this interior, especially the guard spots. Connor Scott there on the right side. Not too bad offensive line. Defensive line, we're okay. Probably can use some spots there. DT, definitely need to go ahead and boost that back up. I like the line. Oh, I was going to say I like the linebacker situation. We need to get a better middle linebacker there. Cornerback room definitely has to get much more improved. We have Deion Young here, 25, 76 overall. Maybe somebody to somewhat start to build around safeties. I can see why the defense was giving up a lot. Yeah, we got to get a lot of defensive help. And this team's cap space wasn't in too bad of a spot either. So, we should be good to go. 81.7 million. So we'll be able to have a decent year around here. We're going to keep the auto-generated rookies. And obviously, I don't have any of my scouting done. So what is it going to look like then? Region breakdown. Do I get to... I don't get to touch anything. So, no focus on these guys. But our scouts are looking at tackles, interior offensive line, D ends, D tackles, defensive ends, offensive tackles, tight ends, middle linebacker. Okay, some of the basic needs though, for sure. Let's look at these prospects then again. And we have some information on some of them. I don't even know if these are still, I don't think these are the same guys. Like, I don't think there was two top 20 top quarterback. Oh wait, I was gonna say I'm remembering a draft class ago. I didn't even get to actually look at this draft class at all. So it looks like we had quarterback scouted pretty much all the way. We were looking to see if there's a different quarterback to go get. Nobody has a good talent to go get. I mean, the best you can get is a Brett Cummins here in round 2 to 3 talent, top 5 projected though. So not the year to go get a quarterback if you need one. Sheesh, I'm gonna have to take some time to go through this class here really quick. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take my time going through this this draft class to see, because that's obviously gonna be what helps us out with seeing what we want to draft, seeing how we want to attack free agency. Let me look at my staff. And we are going with their just set up playbooks right now, just the Rams on offense, Rams on defense. I do still have to, I guess, fill out the rest of my staff here. Let me make sure my scheme fits are in the right spots, and I'll show you guys the new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. And here go our coordinators, man. Ken Price here as our OC. I just liked the different trees that he had with the quick throws. I think being able to help our quarterbacks, the X Factor already unlocked here for him. And he has the vertical power run offensive scheme, which is what we're trying to run here. Now here on the defensive scheme, he runs a 3-4 under, which actually was still 88%. We just went base 3-4, so I might change that to better fit him. But I like the talents that he already had for pass rushing and edge rushing, and it led into coverage skills for our middle linebackers and outside linebackers, as well as the coverage specialists with the DBs already being helped out, which we're going to have to strengthen that position anyway. So we might be drafting corners. So I think those two key additions there will really help out our coordinating staff to get this team ready to go sooner. All right, so the first thing we want to get through, obviously, is our re-signs here. And first thing we have off the back here is Jeremiah Matthews, man. I mean, he's got his 5th-year option coming up. $54.4 million, keep in mind, is what he would be set to make if I give him that option. Now, great quarterback here, though. 89 overall star development. Looks like he does have would probably have some interest in coming back here with the historic champions. Maybe we could turn the team around from a Super Bowl chase to maybe he'd want to sign back. But I just don't know if I want to give him $54 million. He's the 17th best quarterback, though, in the league. So he definitely has that going for him. And as far as stats go, though, 2 seasons over 4,000. Last year was a down year. It's progressively actually gotten worse since his rookie year. Cleaned up the interceptions from last year, but cleaned up the interceptions from year 1 to year 2. But going into year 3, passing the ball more than he did in year 2. And you see the touchdowns actually ended up going down. Sacks went up too as well. So how much of that is offensive line, I don't know. I got to see if he's even going to be our quarterback of this team. So I'm not going to extend his 5th-year option because I don't know where he will be with the squad. And then, of course, I can get different backups here behind our quarterbacks. So I think I'm going to look to move on from those two. Blake Corum, though, here with some interest ready to come back to the team. 3 years, $20 million a year. Oh, the only thing I can do is franchise tag. Wait, I didn't even look at that. So does that mean the only thing I can do is franchise tag? Or what? Okay, so I can franchise tag Blake Corum, which you're running back to, you're 27 years old. I'm not giving you a franchise tag of $13.6 million for 1 season. Nah, I'd rather take my chances in free agency then. Got a fullback here, Troy Harrison. I mean, I'm just going to give him the contract expected here. He has a little bit of team interest. So I'm just going to make this offer year $1.4 million. And we'll go get our fullback back easy. And we only have like 4 signings left here. Justin Simmons being one of them. Normal development. He's got full interest in wanting to come back here. So why not, instead of trying to take care of a lot of different positions at once here. I mean, it's not even that big of a deal. It's just like a $4 million deal. So why not go ahead and share to get Justin Simmons back onto the team? He wants to come back. Then we're going to go ahead and go to strong safety. Because we have Derek Curry, 24 years old. Same overall. Actually, as Simmons, not as much interest in coming back, so we're going to have to up this offer a little bit. I'll say 2 years, $4.8 million. Here to go ahead and try to get him back on the squad, maybe even take over the free safety role if we can change up what he fits into. We'll go ahead and sign him back, and then I just want to quickly get back our specialist players here, kicker and punter, both with interest in wanting to come back here. You're young, so let's up this contract length here. Maybe go to get him for 5 years. Star development kickers are hard to come by, so actually I'm going to raise the money a little bit too, just to make sure he stays here. When's the last time y'all saw a star kicker or a punter? And then we got our punter here, age 23. We're going to go ahead and sign him. Kind of similar thing, 5-year deal here. No need to, I enjoy playing for you. I'm going to test out crazy. But you think you about to get picked up? A 23-year-old punter at 73 overall, you think you about to get signed? It's going to be really interesting. But we're letting everybody else go so you guys can see some of the names that are going. Tre'Davious White, too old. Owuzu, too old, especially with us wanting to go corner in the draft possibly. We're going to let our center, Bo Limmer. I did say I would probably sign him back if we had the space, which it looks like we do. 27 years old. He only wants $1.4 million. I mean, if you're willing to accept a little less. I mean, if you're willing to accept this base deal, actually, I'll probably be fine. that's okay. We're gonna, like I said, it was only if the money was there. Exactly. We're letting our left guard go. It's kind of old. Thompson, we're gonna let go. Our right tackle, we're gonna let go. Left outside linebacker, we're gonna let go. A lot of these positions we're gonna let go because I'm gonna look to upgrade a lot of these spots. So a lot of people actually leaving this team. So with $68.6 million in cap space, we're looking at free agents here. And the first thing I see is Jahmyr Gibbs. Only 4 teams interested. I can immediately upgrade running back, move on from Kyron Williams, and get us probably a way better halfback here. I think that is, and Xavier Worthy. Oh, we might have to overpay, but we might have just upgraded our offense tremendously. So looking at some other things here, I mean, obviously quarterback, we can look to get, obviously here all we're looking for is backup. So maybe even somebody like JJ McCarthy, young, probably not gonna get too many offers to kind of come back in, or Jeremiah Stanley, just somebody young to come in and be a backup, somebody that fits the scheme, but. Bump Blade Corn, I'm getting a year younger, almost 10 overall points better, same star development. He could take over, and I could let go of Kyron Williams. I think I might do something like that if we're able to pull him. Receiver, we have Xavier Worthy if I wanted to go there, or we could go something like Jerry Jeudy if I want to go a little older, Ladd McConklen if we want to say kind of around the same age. But I think I really want Xavier Worthy, if anything, all that speed, to put him in the slot and let him work alongside our other star receivers here with Puka Nakua. Nakua. I don't know why I said Nakau. I don't know what name I was thinking of, but tight end here, Brevin Jordan. We could possibly look at going here at tight end to get just a good number 2. But I feel like we were probably good there. Offensive line was something I definitely wanted to look to upgrade if possible. You're 25 years old, star dev. There's just so many good options here that are young that should help me out lowering what we need in the draft. Nothing on the interior though. Oh, Zach Zinter here. And he actually has interest in coming to the team with no offers. 79 overall, 27 years old. That wouldn't be too bad of a pickup there. Right tackle. I mean, there's Hairston, but we're kind of good there. Edge rusher. Anybody kind of young? I'm thinking about going edge rusher with our first overall pick. So we could still go. Ooh, Micaiah Wingo. Interest in coming to the team. 25 years old, which would be young. We could drastically improve defensive tackle here. Get 2 young defensive tackles with high interest in coming to the squad. We're going to have a lot of things that we're going to want to offer here, and we have limited space for the first round, so hopefully people don't sign here on the first end, and we'll have to figure out what is important to us. Chris Braswell here as an outside linebacker. Are you like an edge rusher too? Okay, 82, 75, 72. Okay, I like that. And he has high interest to come here, and he's 26. There's a lot of room and opportunity here to improve a lot of positions that we need. I'm telling y'all, free agency is that spot. Free agency is that place. Trey Arnold. I mean, we can improve a lot of different positions here in one offseason. Coach Smoove is going to have to make some things happen and work this money so we can get some of that money back and see where it's at, because we need to make sure that we're overpaying for the guys that don't want to come here as far as and getting the guys that are interested. So let me see what I can do to move some of this money around. Pretty simple and easy. And then we have one more trade that I didn't want to check out too as well. My left tackle situation. We actually have 2 left tackles here. Hey, there we go. I probably could have even got a little bit more, but I feel like that's even. A left tackle that's a backup for us, 1-year deal, 29 years old, only 76 with normal dev. Getting a future 4 and then a 6th round of this current draft for their number 1 need. I feel like that's a really good move there for us, and we have a starter at that spot. So, all right, this is gonna be the last one on Tim right here. So 3 years, about 15 million. I actually moved it up quite a bit. Okay, now we're actually in the hunt, so now we actually might have a chance to get him. At least it said not in the hunt earlier. Now it says in the hunt. So that's offer. That's deal number 1. The next one we wanted to make here was for receiver Xavier Worthy. No offers here. Only 2 teams interested. So we're going to have to make another similar type of big money offer. If I just do the neutral, what are we looking at here? I mean, we're in the hunt, so it looks like nobody's started trying to overpay him. So I'll increase it a little bit by 1 million. There we go. We have a top offer now on Xavier Worthy. I'm going to look to get the O-line here. I think a neutral offer here would work pretty well, especially since he already has a high interest level for us. That contract strength is pretty high. We're the only team interested in him. It's a 5-star deal. In the hunt, 4 levels. Only team interested though. And then last but not least, my 5th offer here will go for middle linebacker Trevin Wallace, who is superstar development, has plenty of interest coming here. I wouldn't even mind emptying the bank, giving you a little bit extra on this deal. Well, 15 teams interested, but we have the top offer, and he wants to come here, so we might be able to go to get that one. So if we go back to our top 100 list here, look at my targeted. So, I mean, I always see 4 there. This could be something we end up losing, but we're at least in the hunt. On top here in the hunt. On top here in the hunt. only offer here, and then only offer here. I wonder if there's a way I can make these work just a little. Like, what did it do? 25? I might be able to save up a little cap space here. Hold on. Oh, he only wanted 2 years. We can up this a little bit. Contract review. 2 people are still here. Cap space is still the same. So Wingo is still here with only 1 offer. The Bucks have now topped our offer here for Xavier Worthy. Ooh, only 3-star offers here against that. And I mean, this is kind of a losing battle. It looks like whatever the Buccaneers offered might be more than we can handle, because he does not want to offer our contract here. So let me go ahead and I'm going to actually withdraw my offer here on Xavier Worthy. Go ahead and back out of that deal. Realize it's a losing battle. Give us some more cap space here and throw it into Lad McConkey. You know, we have had success with them white brothers here on the team anyway. You know how the Rams do. So Puka Nacau, dang, I forgot his name. You know, he broke the record. But he's no longer here. I want to get a 3-year deal in here. Let's up this to 3.2. Solid offer, I would say. Oh yeah, way above the Panthers offer. You got to come here. And then last but not least, I did want to go corner. See, like, look at this. Like, Braswell actually has interest in coming here too. He has no offers as well, but he actually has interest to slide this way. So I can put him on like a 3-year deal, 78 overall. Save a little bit of money there. So we have all our negotiations back in. All right, there we go. Offered him a deal really quick. It's a 4-star deal. So evaluation period number 2. Let's see if it goes and slides through. All right, so we still got 2 guys here. Rakestraw Jr. still here. Makai Mingo still holding out, I guess, to see if he gets a better deal. And I think he signed. There he goes. Wingo went ahead and signed with us. So we have 5 now new free agents to the team. There goes our starting defensive tackle. Basically a starting receiver here at number 2. Another starting guard caliber player here. Right outside linebacker here for us. And then our free safety here with Kirby Joseph. So very good signings there. That was our last evaluation period, so we're going to have to obviously advance forward to see if anybody else signs. But, of course, looking at where some of the other big names went to, Xavier Worthy ended up choosing the Bucks. I told you that was kind of like a deal that we were pulling out of. Judy to the Falcons, DeJean to the Packers, Corum to the Packers. Just did our first evaluation period of stage 2. Stuff Cam Robinson and Baker Mayfield here holding out as some potential backups. Any new signees? We did get our punter. I did almost forget to go sign one of those. So punter Tommy Townsend will be on the squad now, as well as we got our backup center here in Cedric Van Pran Granger. So we almost filled out our entire what I wanted to do for preseason, as far as getting a good amount of backups here in, and filling out this roster. There is one more trade here that I actually do want to make. As you can see there, Tyrann Mathieu actually decides to retire here mid-off season. But there's one more trade I want to make just to try to get a little bit more draft capital here, because I feel like he's not going to be used on this team at all. Would be halfback Cam Akers. We really don't kind of need him or anything like that. Let's see if there's any like offers that are already on the table. None. So I'll just kind of look for teams that need a running back and see if there's anybody that can use him as either a backup or anything like that. Getting more picks here, so let me see if I can do it for a 5. There we go. Cam Akers in a 7 for a 5th round pick. Seems a little bit more fair anyway, too, because it's not like he'd be their starter. He'd actually be their number 2, but they had a younger guy that's a 71. It'll help him develop, though, hopefully, by producing maybe a mentorship tag to help him get more XP. See, my signings, were we able to go ahead and pick him up? Baker did decide to sign. All right, so I would just have to do it this way. It's not showing up the corner, so hopefully we still get him, but we got 2 strong safeties at least. So, I mean, even if it's just those 2, I'm cool with that. But at least we'll get the more information on them here as we're going to go forward. I mean, the NFL draft is up next, so I'm just going to relook at my roster, relook at the scouted players and prospects, and I'm just going to kind of get a look here and see a good draft plan before we go and jump into it. So it should be hopefully a good draft. I mean, obviously, we're not with our original team no more. You see the Patriots back there picking at 23. Good job. I built that team up. So, I mean, I had a feeling that year 4 would be the breakthrough year for us, but they cut us loose before we could get a chance for that. So now we're going to have to avenge that by maybe we'll even see him in the Super Bowl. That'd be a pretty awesome, get back game here for Smoove to go to get back for his friend that took over for a little bit, Cooper. But what would the Broncos do with this first pick? They sure are taking their time with it. Oh, pick is in. I didn't get to see the name on the board. Obviously, I mean, we've seen these presentations, so I'm gonna skip it. They actually did end up going Nigel Gore, so we got to see what that looks like, as far as what was the reason that made them switch from what should be the #1 player in the overall draft. You see, he's ranked #1 in all positions. Davidson, I mean, he's just a fantastic player. Like outside of just drafting, A block shed finesse, like literally A in all categories across the board. I mean, C to F hit power, sure. C to F stamina, sure. C to F injury, sure. If I've ever gone on the line, #2 in true talent, got #2 ranked. So there actually is a player better than him in this draft. Give us A-. Set the state record for bench press reps in high school. Sheds blocks with ease. Too quick for some pass protectors. Hidden development, of course. 85 speed, 89 strength. Excellent first pick. And now the only thing to see here is how the rest of the board falls. As we come to the end of the first round here, we're getting ready to come for our pick again. We finally had our first quarterback come off the board, 13 to the Atlanta Falcons there with Greg Smith. A lot of our guys that were in the first round kind of get took in here. You know, Patrick Overton, Deion Gunter was on my board. Eric Greenwood was on my board. I'm just trying to look at some different guys that were on our board to kind of move forward. As the Panthers go ahead and select Bob Bullock, right tackle, or Bullo. So we're getting ready to come back for our pick again here. So I'll go ahead and go into our draft board. We'll be able to see the Broncos pick up at the top. But what I'm kind of thinking here is I can go ahead and show you guys what my favorites list looks like in my board. We have one more edge rusher here in Connor Brewer, but we have some corners and safeties here that I do want to go and attack on this end. But I think I want to go after like Kyle Miner here. He's got round 1 talent at corner. And the reason I say this is because actually we got our guys back here. And Sergio Sims, remember I was very intrigued with him. B in his man cover, C in his zone. B catching, tackling, hit power, pursuit. He's a round 1 talent. So I think this could be a very good pick for us. And I'm thinking about trading back into the second round late to go ahead and try to pick up Miner here, because Miner actually is ranked 68 on the board, but he's also a round 1 talent. So I can kind of help us out in both as the Broncos go after their quarterback there, Brett Cummings, to start off the second round here. So with that being said, we're going to go and make that plan happen here in motion. I'm going to deviate from our board here. Somebody that wasn't on it, but actually should have been on it. We just had to wait for his talent to come back. Sergio Sims here from Vanderbilt, 21 years old, 6'2", 207 pounds, went 4.3 in the 40, so he's our fastest DB actually in the draft as far as strong safeties goes. Top 10 in every other category, so great athletes. B in almost every single category except for like finesse moves, which he won't be doing much of that. Seeing his zone coverage, seeing his kick return, which he probably won't be back there, but we definitely will be making Sergio Sims here then pick #2 and making this what looks like a defensive heavy draft. Go ahead and skip through this cut scene here. A+, excellent pick. #6 in truth. I'm telling y'all, I know what I'm doing. Does he have NFL speed? That boy, that should be a trick question. 34th pick, ranked 6th in true talent. Unfortunately, normal development. So I mean, that does suck, but we can easily get that up with strong play. I mean, he comes in with what, 91 speed, not much strength, but 83 jumping, 88 change of direction, 92 acceleration. He's going to immediately come in and make a huge impact. I feel like it's strong safety or free safety. You got to see what the zone coverage looks like, because he could easily switch sides. Now, I'm going to keep my eyes on and manage this board, because it does say that, you know, we should be losing, what was his name? Kyle Miner at 68 was his rank on the board, and we're at pick 66. So we're going to have to see how the board kind of falls, and if I feel like anybody that might need corner might be on the tail end of this draft. Here we go. Finally able to make it work, and with the Colts, who actually have cornerback as their need to. So we're giving them our 3rd for their 2nd, giving up a 5th round this year, which we had 2 of, so I'm not worried about. A 6th next year, and then a 5 2 years from now to the Colts to go ahead and move up here 10 spots basically. So we just got to worry about the Packers and the Patriots not taking either of my cornerback that I want. They go right guard, and now for the Patriots, take left guard. I'm okay with that. So we're going to go ahead and make our selection here with our 3rd defensive player in the draft. Cannot miss up on these round 1 talents though. Kyle Miner here as a great player. We're going to go ahead and draft him. We looked at his stats already from 5'10", 180 from Boise State. Go ahead and get this cutscene out my face. B overall pick, 8 in true talent. We got him at 56. That is 3 players that are top 10 in this draft that we've picked up with our 3 picks. I don't think y'all understand how great of a draft this has really been here. Can be trusted with a variety of zone coverage concept. Physical press gives receivers fits and concerns about his speed. Hidden development though at 5'10", 93 speed. I don't know why you're obsessed with it. 95 acceleration, A press, B zone coverage, and the only thing we'll have to work on is the man coverage. Then I cannot wait to see what that hidden development is. But welcome Kyle Miner here as pick number 3 to the team. All right, and here we go. I'm doing a trade here, giving them our 4th and 5th. So I don't have too many options of things that I want left here for us to move up here back into the 3rd round to get up to pick number 89, because there is a player that I wanted to get that was coming close to his selection. At least I feel like there's a bunch of middle linebackers behind him getting taken. So I didn't feel too good about that, and he's coming up here on the board. It's going to be on our actual favorites board this time around too as well. Reggie Lawrence, middle linebacker with pass coverage archetype. I really like some of the attributes that were on him. I know I didn't highlight it that much, so let's go ahead and look at it here. 22 years old, A, hit power, A, zone coverage, B, man coverage though, B, awareness, B, pursuit. Won't be much of like a run stopper there because his block share was pretty low, but as far as an athlete goes, top 10 in almost every category. First in the 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle, 4th there in the 30-yard dash or 40-yard dash. So very fast, 25 reps, 3rd, very strong, very good jumping ability, and very quick. So he's going to be an athletic middle linebacker that can hopefully, cover all over the field and maybe take over for our current Jerome whenever it's time for him to let it go, or maybe you can possibly trade him. So Reggie Lawrence, go ahead and welcome to the team as the 4th pick as we go defensive heavy this year around, and this is going to be another one going through here for us. C in true talent, okay, 104. We got him at 89, so probably gave up a little bit too much than we needed to. More than enough speed to play linebacker in the NFL. Brings thunder, can be trusted to drop into zone coverage. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. Hidden development, though, it will always take that. It's never too much on a trade when you get hidden development. 91 acceleration, 88 speed. I can't wait to see what that zone coverage and man coverage look like, and can't wait to see what that hidden development looks like either. But now we will not be picking until our 2 picks in the 6th round. All right, here with our 6th round pick, I am going to go and give it to Houston here. They want a 5th and a 7th. They're going to give us a 5th and 7th next year. I decided to go ahead and give them that deal, just being one of the worst teams here this season. So we're going to go ahead and give them that pick. We do pick again here shortly. Did I trade it already? Oh no, it's back there, the 30th pick. Okay, so it's just later on here. So I'm going to simulate to our next user pick, because there was somebody that I did want to go get. I mentioned getting a UDFA here at this spot, but I'll go ahead and get an actual pick selection because this actually intrigued me as a player to go and pick up here. As you see, we still have one player on the board. Good is still here. Pass coverage, outside linebacker. I mean, he's not a bad player at all. A zone coverage, outside linebacker. Not very fast, but is quick. No really like finesse moves or power moves. A man coverage. I forgot how good this dude was. I probably should have picked him up then. Shoot, I might be able to actually make this work. 23 years old, his A man and zone coverage. You know how hard it is to get for any linebacker in general. I was actually gonna go quarterback, so now I'm gonna have to remember this name so I can find him as a UDFA here. Oh dang, is he gone too? Dang, where'd he go? There's actually a quarterback here that I was actually interested in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, Joey Saxton here wouldn't be a bad guy, but there actually was a quarterback that I was interested in. I got to see if he got took. So I'm just gonna go back to my favorite boards then and get Joe Good here, because the quarterback that I wanted is gone. It was a quarterback named Randall Crown. So at least for us here, we'll go ahead and draft Joe Good. I don't know why they're still doing these archetypes. D- series 292 in true talent. We drafted him at 190. So probably should have been somebody that was undrafted, but we're going to take a chance on the cover skills here with it. 81 speed, 87 acceleration. He's not going to be moving very quickly, but he covers well. So I don't know how that translates. Like, I don't know how you cover well, but you're slow. Let's see. I don't see him here. Maybe he got taken into the 6th round then. I don't see his name here in this round. You can't really like go back to other past round boards to see where he got taken. So I have to take a look here at the end of the draft, as that's going to be our last pick. We don't have any more picks remaining, so I can go ahead and advance to the end and just let Joe Good be the last remaining player, and go ahead and look at this draft recap and look at some of these overalls from players that we found. This is a great draft class right here. 3 guys of 75 plus already. This is instant starters. John Davidson, 79 overall. Sergio Sims, 77. Kyle Miner, 76. Lawrence, 70. I still think he could be a starter. Might even just get the starting role just to work on his hidden development and start developing and get better. But this is a good start right here. Then 63 overall, Joe Good. We'll just kind of look and see what the coverage ratings are to see if that could be something later to build off of. But John Davidson, the top rated rookie, 79 overall speed rusher, ends up with 79 finesse moves, 76 power moves, and 78 block shed, 85 speed. So that'll be very impressive to go ahead and help out with our edge rush. And hopefully we see a lot more sacks than we did with the Patriots side of things. Sergio Sims at 77. He's a hybrid with zone as his secondary. 75 man coverage, 74 zone coverage. Not too bad there at all. 91 speed, 74 hit power, 73 tackling, 76 pursuit. So he's going to be able to fly all over the field, cover tight ends. It looks like pretty well with that 91 speed. And then Kyle Miner here with the hidden development, 76 zone and man. So he's pretty even on both of those, even though his man coverage is at 72, zone coverage is at 77, and his press with a boost right now is at 79, but would normally be at 76. With 93 speed, he should be able to keep up with some of the top receivers in the league, though. So that'll be great that we go and match him up on the outside. Reggie Lawrence here, the middle linebacker that we took a chance on, ended up having hidden development, 70 zone coverage, 59 man. So I mean that was pretty low, even though it was an A, but we can easily work on that. But 70 zone to start out with is going to be great. Let's look at the play rate is pretty low. Tackling is in an okay spot, so we'll have to rank him up a little bit more to be able to be on the field more often. But that zone coverage should be able to help out. And then last but not least here, Joe Good, I guess you could say only dud really of the class, normal development, and 63, already 23 years old. But what is the coverage rating? 63 zone, 63 man. That's even better. So I mean a little bit more balance there. We get up his pass coverage ranked up a little bit more. He could be a solid backup to come on the field. Probably move him to middle linebacker, though, from right outside linebacker with the scheme that we run. So as we look at the overall pick here, Nigel Gore, 73 overall. Ends up having hidden development, though, 21-year-old rookie, but definitely probably, 77 finesse move. I think that's even higher than our guy. He's just more, like, specialized, I guess you could say. Like, his overall is lower, but he's more specialized in his pass rush. So we'll have to see if that ends up working out for the Broncos, man. Who ends up being the better edge rusher when the career is all said and done. And then 3 edge rushers in the top 3 as Newsome went right after them at 75 overall. But the best player in the draft ended up being Parker Chambers. And we did need corner, 82 overall. Once again, a corner being the best player in the draft. If y'all remember, we drafted the best corner in the draft a couple of drafts ago. 82 man coverage, corner, hidden development, 81 zone, 71 press needs to be worked on. But will already come in with 97 speed, ready to cover anybody with the way that his speed works there for him. So great pick there. Ends up going to the Giants. So great pick. We'll have to, I guess, see him occasionally here. So we got to get our receivers up too, so we don't falter. Other top picks though, Martin Samuels at halfback, 78 overall. Right tackle, another corner, another halfback. So it looks like it was a pretty halfback heavy top part of the draft here. You see Miners and Sims up here in the top portion too as well. So it looks like those trades to go up and move up and get them will work out in our favor, hopefully, as they end up being some of the best players in the draft. We could have went other corners, but they all went well earlier than we were able to take one there. The second round, 24th pick is the highest, best player to be that far back. So let's look and see how the other teams in our division did. We are now with the Rams. So that means Cardinals are up first. I like that. Let's go ahead. Let me organize this back by round. So 71 defensive tackle to start it off with. And Trevor Bowles, who I think was actually Bowley, who was actually on my board. Hidden development, 72 overall agility guard. Yeah, that's tight end too as well. Halfback, a receiver that's a 73 in the 5th round is not actually bad. Joe Anthony. And then if we go look at the 49ers, they picked up a pretty deep draft class, pretty deep draft class here. Deshaun Reddick, who we did want at receiver, ends up being a 75 overall. Normal development, though, at 23 years old, 6'3". Great short route running. Medium could use some work, and then runs deep routes pretty well. And lastly here would be the Seahawks, who picked up a 73 overall tackle, but outside of that, kind of pretty bad too, as well. As you see, they got a quarterback in Tyler Porter. So we weren't able to go and pick up one of those, so that would be probably one thing that I do look to do, getting a UDFA here. As we went ahead and finished up the draft. We're going to go ahead and advance into preseason week number 1 with the team looking how it does. 63 players on the roster, so it shouldn't mean we have a whole lot of cuts. All right, that's actually, we're going to go ahead and end things off here, man, today. So, of course, you guys know how it'll go. I will be going through preseason on my own, so that means the training camp games and all of that, watching the games to see how the team performs and getting a look better at this roster and team. So we will definitely be getting into week 1 next time, and it'll probably be a very quick episode because we'll get through the cuts and just watch week 1 as we go back to kind of get introduced to a whole new team. So you can see how good the top of the lineup is here. Mostly our offensive weapons, but we're trying to get our defense picked up now, as we only have like 2 defensive guys here up at the top. But this is the roster, man. Matthews at QB, Williams, Stroud holding the backfield down, Nakau, McConkey, Robinson holding our receivers down, Jackson at tight end. Offensive line with Young on the left tackle, another young kind of bridge piece there, basically kind of all over the middle. Now we have Russell Wilcox in, already better than Sheets, so he'll be able to develop here, maybe take over this right guard spot. We have Connor Scott at right tackle. Let's see here. Davidson will probably get the start here, even though I could probably trade now Brandon Fisk. Let Davidson get his start. As young as he is and as good as he is, go ahead and let Fisk go ahead and lead me to a trade. I mean, he's a superstar talent. He's got 91 power move, though. I mean, how do you move on from that? Ooh, that's actually kind of tough. What about Kobe Turner here? 29, 84 overall. Might be able to it might be easier to move on from the right side than the left side, despite being 1 overall point better. Superstar. He's just normal, actually. So yeah, that makes more sense. I'll probably move him to right end and then trade Turner. Defensive tackle, I'm not mad at it. Left outside linebacker, middle linebackers are looking okay. Right outside linebacker, probably just move good over to the other side. Cornerback room is looking a little bit better now. Free safety. It's looking okay. Strong safety with Sims here at 77. I know we just went and signed Joseph, but it might be Sims starting over here at free safety. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So we might be able to use Joseph as a trade piece too, because that's 6 years younger. Yeah, so we might be making some preseason trades, either for some better players at better positions or some draft capital already. So be on the lookout for those draft moves or those new moves. I'll try to make sure I include all those in the Grim Reaper video next week or next time out. But it's been your boy Coach Sean Smoove, back taking over the reins of another team. Hope you guys do enjoy the series. And now that the team is switched and a little bit of a series switch here, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.